Bexobrutideg or NX-5948 is a novel bruton tyrosine kinase degrader. And at ASH 2025, we presented an update from an ongoing phase 1a/b trial of bexobrutideg in patients with CLL and non-Hodgkin lymphoma. Bexobrutideg degrades BTK as opposed to kinase inhibitors, which inhibit the BTK function. BTK degraders link BTK to E3 ligases such as cereblon and result in degradation of the target or BTK through the proteasome. So in this phase 1a/b study, patients were enrolled in several cohorts. Specifically, CLL patients were enrolled on phase 1a dose escalation cohort between 50 and 600 milligram daily. And then in the phase 1b randomized cohort, patients were enrolled at either 200 milligram daily or 600 milligram daily. And at this point, 126 patients were enrolled, 48 were enrolled on phase 1a cohort, and 78 were enrolled on phase 1b cohort. All these patients were heavily pretreated with 4 median prior lines of therapy. Vast majority of them were exposed to BTK inhibitors and BCL2 inhibitors, and 80% of patients on the phase 1a cohort were double exposed to BTK inhibitors and BCL2 inhibitors. Some patients also had received CAR T-cell therapy. The majority of patients had received chemoimmunotherapy. The patients were also characterized by high-risk genetics with frequent occurrence of deletion 17p, as well as BTK mutations. The drug bexobrutideg was overall very well tolerated, with the majority of adverse events grade 1-2. Neutropenia was the most frequent grade 3 adverse event. However, severe infections were not encountered in the study. Almost everybody derived clinical benefit, with vast majority of patients experiencing a reduction in lymph node size. The overall response rate was 83% in this study. And after a median follow-up of 19 months, median progression-free survival was 22 months. And it is a bit too early to speak to whether the dose of bexobrutideg affected PFS, but early data suggests that PFS might be a little bit longer in patients who received 600 milligram versus 200 milligram. Thus, bexobrutideg was very well tolerated by patients with heavily pretreated CLL with high response rate, very encouraging progression-free survival and duration of response, and very good safety and tolerability.